everyone, welcome to Topic Tuesday. This is a much requested Topic Tuesday, a rundown of my skincare, what I've been using. This routine I have been using for at least 6 months. Some of the products I've been using for much longer, that years. Some products have kind of come in and gone out, and I'll talk about that as I go along. I decided to go ahead and do this, and I'll talk about it a little bit. I am going to be changing some things to try some things out with a particular brand of products. But I'll talk about that more as it happens. Currently, this is what I've been using for a very long time, and that's what you guys had requested, so that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and start. For me, I always think of skincare starting at night and then going through until the morning, so I'm going to start with what I do at night. Hopefully that's okay. The first thing that I do is take off, well, first thing I do is take out my contacts. Literally, that's like the first thing I do when I get home. And I try to do this pretty quickly after I get home. I love putting my face on, but I also love taking it off and going kind of through my skincare regime. So for eye makeup remover, currently, this is one of the things that changes. My favorite is Bioderma, but I am so scared that I'm going to order it and it's going to be fake, that I have very much enjoyed it when friends have sent it to me. But in between time, when I don't have that, I will try something else. Currently, I'm using the oil-free eye makeup remover from Neutrogena. Not my favorite, but that's what it is. Even though it's oil-free, it seems oily. And I feel like it makes, if I leave my contacts in, if for some reason I'm leaving them in, it makes them kind of gunky, and I don't appreciate the gunk. So, and I use Shiseido facial cotton. I have a new bag here, but this is what they look like. I know, I remember scoffing at people when they would be like, this is the best cotton I've ever put. What? Are you kidding me? It's cotton. It really does make a difference. One of my subscribers, her name was Angela, she sent me a pack of those, and I was sold within the first week. I love them. And they're so nice and thick that you really can use one for both eyes. And I am a big proponent of what I use on one eye, I don't use on the other eye. So in case you should have some kind of infection or something in your eyes, you're not transferring it from one to the other. But I use one side for one eye and then the other side for the other eye, and that takes off my makeup. So then the next thing that I use, and I have talked about the fact that the Neutrogena makeup removing wipes in the blue package are my favorite. I really like those. The ones I keep repurchasing and that kind of thing. And they are the most easily accessible for me. However, having said that, this brand is Absolute, and I got it for $4.99 at TJ Maxx. Where'd you get these, Kristin? At TJ Maxx, and I like these so much. I was convinced I wouldn't. I like these so much, I went back, bought another pack, and they kind of are the size of, I think these are like, you know, kind of diaper wipe size, you know? I don't know, I've never purchased those. But there are 60 in here for $4.99. So that's a really good deal, and they're a good size, and they wipe off my makeup. But anyway, I don't think what makeup wipe you use actually affects anything, but that's the one I use. And it has vitamin E and green tea extract in it. So, so now my makeup has been removed first layer wise. I probably do too much at night. Let's just get that out there. So next I will use the Purity Made Simple, and I've been using this for well over a year, probably almost 2 years now. And I washed my face with that completely, and then take that off with, you probably don't care about all this, but I'm telling you anyway. So I wash this off, and then when I rinse it off, I rinse that off with a washcloth. I don't know that these things make a difference, but then the next step that I do is the Microdelivery Exfoliating Wash. I find this to be a very gentle exfoliator, and it has little teeny tiny granules in it. Nothing crazy. We're not talking any nutshells or anything like that. Just very teeny tiny exfoliators. And I find that, and it actually says a 30-second cleansing mini peel that can be conducted in the shower, in the bath, or at your bathroom sink. And it says gentle enough for daily use. And I really feel like it is. I have dry skin, but I don't feel like this like dries my skin out crazy. You know that feeling after you've washed where your skin's like tightening up, uncomfortably tightening up before your very eyes? This, I don't feel like that does that, so I enjoy that. When I take this off, I kind of do this method. You know, I'm not like shoving, I'm not like at a commercial where I'm shoving water all over the place, but I gotta stick my head out of the thing and I take it off that way. I don't know why, but I don't like taking this off with a washcloth, but just thought I would share how I take it off. So now my face is as clear as it possibly can be, in my opinion. And the serum that I have been using at night, and this also I've been using for well over a year. And I've talked about trying to find something different, but for now, this is still what I'm sticking with. And it's the Algenist Concentrated Restructuring Serum, and it has L-Guronic acid. You'll see this is one of 3 Algenist products that I use. And I do 2 pumps of this, and that's enough for my whole face, and then I pull it down onto my neck a little bit. I very much enjoy that. I noticed such a huge change when I put that just in texture and not firmness. Let's go with texture. I really noticed a huge difference in the texture of my skin, the smoothness of my skin when I added this into my nighttime regime. I really, really enjoy that. I do need to find one that's less expensive because, as I've mentioned before, I've been getting that for a very long time, basically for half price in kits that I get from QVC. So what I'm using for moisturizer at night is what I'm currently getting in a kit from QVC. And it has both this cream and this for the cost of basically just this. This is not inexpensive by itself. I believe this is $90. Just crazy. When I get them together and it's $45, I don't find that quite so crazy. It's a little more reasonable. So this is the Algenist Firming and Lifting Cream. I probably wouldn't have tried this if it hadn't come on QVC in a kit with this. And I like this. I don't love this. I don't love this as much as the one that I use in the morning, which we'll talk about in a minute. I'm not sure that it firms and lifts. It moisturizes very well. My face feels nice, and in the morning it feels nice. Very, very much enjoy this. This looks like this. It's pretty thick. It smooths on. I don't know, something about the Algenist line just really works well for my skin. Okay, then the eye cream that I use is the Bobbi Brown Hydrating Eye Cream. I've talked about this over and over and over again. This is my holy grail eye cream. I use this morning and night, 9 months out of the year. And then I'll talk about in a minute what I use at night the other 3 months of the year. But for me, and I have very dry under eyes, this works really well. You can see, oops. This is a new one. So I'm actually working through some other samples and stuff that I had. So it looks like that. There's some richness to it, but it blends in very well. So it works really well morning and night because it sits under your makeup and doesn't make things, it doesn't make my concealer break down or anything like that. It works really, really well, and was the thing that really changed my under eyes when I started using that. And this is probably the 6th or 7th that I have purchased. That's how long I've been using that, at least. So the other 3 months out of the year, in the evening, I use the Bobbi Brown Extra Repair Eye Cream. And hopefully you can tell, this is really thick. This is like balm. Like balm. It is balm-like. Very, very thick. And as I've said, I am really dry. My under eyes are dry. Everything about my face is dry except for my eyelids. And I will use this in the winter, kind of the dead of winter, at night instead of the hydrating, and then just use this one in the morning, so night, morning. Really, really works well for me. I found this one a couple of years ago. That's what I use if I feel like just the regular hydrating eye cream isn't doing enough for me, then I will go ahead and change that out and use the Extra Repair. Okay, so that is my nighttime routine. It might seem a tad excessive, but that's my nighttime routine. Okay, so in the morning, the cleanser that I use in the shower will vary a little bit, kind of depending on the time of year. My favorite by far is the Cien. I show that in an empties. You can't get that here, and it's a drugstore brand from what I understand. So if you can get that, we do not have it here. You cannot get it on Amazon. I've tried. So I really like that one. It has little beads in it, but it's nothing like harsh. A version that we have here that's similar to it, in my opinion, is the Bliss 2-in-1 Exfoliating Wash. I very much like that as well, but it's a lot more expensive. And so then between those two, or the other one that I will use if I really feel like my skin needs some hydration, is the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. Very much enjoy that. I apologize I don't have one here to show you. But I really, really like that cleanser as well. Currently, I'm using a cream cleanser that I got in some kind of an Estee Lauder kit or some kind of a sample somewhere. And it's for dry skin, and it's nice. It's just nothing fantastic. So I wash my face in the shower with one of those. When I get out then, and I try to keep a while ago, Josh Collier did a video on some skincare tips. And one of the things he said is try to keep your face wet when you put your serum on because it will help it sink in and that sort of thing. So I try to keep my face a little bit wet. And then I use my Henrikson Truth Serum. And this is for all skin types, anti-aging. I really like this product. I did a full review on this product, which I will link below for you guys to go and check this out. But it just has brightened my skin, and it just has done really good things for my skin. So because I've done a full video on that, I won't go into it, so this one isn't too long. But I'll be sure to link that one below for you guys to check out. And then I use, and this is probably, if I had to pick one of these products to keep and get rid of everything else, and I could only keep one product, then I would have to use something else for everything. You know what I'm saying? It would be the Algenist Regenerative Anti-Aging Moisturizer with Hyaluronic Acid. This is a bigger size. You can see it's bigger than this. I'm getting this through QVC right now. Again, it was a today's special value, I think. So it's a very good price because the normal size, again, is like $90. So this is a really good price for a bigger, this is a 4 fluid ounce where the normal size is a 2 fluid ounce. So, and I think it's coming to me like every 5 months or something like that. I really like this. This is, there's a while back that I was using up some other products that I had, some moisturizers that I had, or I had switched and was trying something else. I can't remember. I think it was when my today's special value on this, when I was getting these two together, ran out. And I had switched to something else. I might have just been using this morning and night. I think that's what it was. At any rate, when this came back and was this size, and I went ahead and got on that again, within 2 weeks, you guys started noticing that something was different in my skin, and you were asking what I was doing and would I share my secret. And the only thing that I did differently was that this was incorporated back into my skincare. So that says something. And so while I'm excited to try the new stuff that I'm going to be getting, I'm a little bit scared because I really feel like this great things for my skin. I know it's expensive. I think if I was just purchasing the 2 ounce, if I just had to purchase the 2 ounce for $90, I don't know that I would do it as much as I love it. But when I'm getting it for a good deal and getting it, closer to, $40 for a container, you can absolutely sign me up for that because I will continue to purchase it as long as I feel like it's that price. I don't know. I can't say that. I really like it. So if it was $90 and I didn't have the deal anymore, I don't know. I might do something. At any rate, this was kind of a rambly video, but I hope that it was helpful to you, kind of show you what I've been using and that sort of thing. And we kind of have a starting point for me introducing some new products into my skincare. And again, when that happens, I will do a video on it. And that will be happening here probably in the next week or so. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them below. I think the only video I need to link for you guys is the Ole Henrikson. In case you haven't seen that, I will link that below. If you aren't interested in seeing what's on my face, then thank you so much for watching. And if you are, I will run it down quickly for you. I am testing, I've been testing kind of on and off here and there, and now I'm testing it with different primers. The Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. So I have that on. For blush today, I have the cream blush from MAC in Brit. NYX Taupe Too Faced bronzer. And then for my eyeshadows today, a friend of mine was talking about these when I met her actually at the Mall of America meetup, about these Mirabelle shadows, and so she sent me some. These are the ones that she sent me. I'm trying those out so that I can talk to you guys because people don't talk about these shadows very often. So I have, I'll look up the color if I can pull it out of here. I have Woodstock, and I'll point to them which ones they are, and Chenille. So I have Chenille all over the lid, and I have Woodstock, Chenille in the inner third, Woodstock in the outer 2/3, and then I used all from here. There's this color here is called Warm, And I just have that as a crease transition color. And then this brown in Bark as my outer corner. Just, you know, definition and whatnot. And then this one is called Gilded. And I have that as my brow bone. And it's not matte, it has a little sheen to it. But at any rate, I've been testing those and I really like them. So more to come on that. Black Cocoa eyeliner from Pixie. And I think that is it. Oh, I have my Makeup Forever Lash Fibers and then the NYX La Frou Frou mascara. And for lips today, I have the Kate by Rimmel Kate Moss, yeah. Number 101, which is a pretty light pink, not one that I normally wear. And over top of that, I have the Maybelline, which I haven't even shown in a haul yet. Almond Crush. I think it's Almond Crush. I can't read it, but. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you have a great day, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye.